So how are you doing, bro? It's been a very long time.
Same here, doing pretty well. And
Okay.
this year, like everything is going insane. So,
Everything is going insane. I mean, what happened?
yes,
Okay.
in a good sense.
In a good way. Okay, fine. That's great.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I welcome you to my channel and may I know about you?
sure. So, my name is Anshuman Misra, and I closely work with the people who know that what to speak, but really struggle how to speak them in public, right? So, last two
Hmm.
and a half years, I started uploading the content regarding communicational thing and English spoken wala part was there and
Okay.
personality development content because my core belief is simple, Ram, that if someone can communicate better, obviously they grow personally, professionally, and
Yeah.
somehow they also feel very good at emotional and social level. So that's what I'm doing from last two and a half years and closely work with more than 100 individuals so far and
Hmm.
trying to give them a help in order to better at their communication. So that's pretty much about me. Yep.
Oh, that's a very good introduction, bro. I watched many of your videos and I want to tell you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have very good confidence. You're very confident. I've always wanted to ask you, how did you build this confidence? Like, did you do any specific practice or did you do something, anything like that?
So before that, would like to understand like how did you get to know this? It is
Get to know
something
what?
what shows in my personality or body language or by
No,
words to you.
actually, you never hesitate to speak, and it shows your body language. It shows on your body language and your personality. The way you ask questions to others, the way you speak with them, it actually shows that you're a very confident person. So that's exactly I wanted to know. Like, how did you build this?
To be honest, I'm not sure that how did it get into me, but
Okay.
to be since I'll have to tell the answer, so for that sake,
Okay.
I believe this comes naturally because
Okay.
this is the kind of compliment I get back then in college while I was not good at speaking part too.
Okay.
But I remember that incident once I took that chance to go to stage just because I
Hmm.
was fearing of for this public speaking. So I was
Okay.
that kind of person. No matter what people will think about me, I'll go and see that what things would happen. And I remember that was one of the very scaring moment of my life because I went for the stage for the very first time for the sake of singing, not for normal thing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
There I went and I was like singing so badly, according to people opinion. For me, like I was a good singer, even though I can sing pretty well.
Okay.
But they felt and they gave me this confidence. Anshuman, you do have a great confidence, but you don't have any singing talent.
Okay.
So I can relate, and if you give have to answer in terms of confidence, so I believe it was evident, pretty evident since my childhood. Maybe because I was kind of average scholar or more than average scholar in terms of my studies or whatever I did, I
Hmm.
get a good compliment or somehow it started accumulating in my personality, and I felt that whatever I'll do, I'll
So
make
it's
sure to
more
do it
like
in a certain way.
a hidden trait, hidden character trait that was in you, and you figured it out that day. Do you think people can build this? Do you think people can build confidence if somebody who doesn't have confidence, who never spoke to anyone on stage or never been on spotlight before, do you think they can build this?
Obviously, everything I believe in
Hmm.
this world can be built except human.
Okay.
The confidence, what I see in terms, that's why I asked before that how did you know and in which
Mm.
perspective you're asking, because it is pretty evident in my kind of personality or body language, or you are seeing my vocal wala part, that's what you're saying. So since there is two aspect of communication, first
Hmm.
you can judge a person by first impression, like unless until, and there is a very famous quote called everyone is wise until they speak. So until unless you
Okay.
speak, people are somewhere judging
Who said
you,
that
trying
quote?
to, I don't know, but I
Okay.
have heard this and somehow I find it pretty evident. So I quote
Okay.
it very often. That's how I used to remember. Anyways, so even before I'm not speaking, but I am being in front of you, maybe my body language also have a very evident role. So in terms of body language, if you can portray yourself by maintaining a good hand gesture, posture, eye movement, and making sure that you're not shaking around and feeling
Hmm.
afraid of, so it would reflect in your body. That's what I think you also mentioned in my case as well. And second,
Hmm.
the same quote happens.
Okay.
Now people know me from your body language, you're pretty confident, but once you'll speak, everything will be clear. So now if you can balance your body as well and somehow you can articulate better, somehow you can depict your thought in a very good manner, I believe you're good to go. The confidence is built by controlling your body language, by being pretty evident, and also being a little articulative in your voice too. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
As I understand, we have to control our body language and what we say out.
Correct.
If we
Correct.
can control these both things, we will be looking confident from the outside.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a very cool.
I would like to know your perspective. That's what I gonna ask.
Well, whatever you just said is more like a systematic approach. I've learned
Mm-hmm.
confidence to be confident by experience. I've spoken with many people. I've met many people in personal life. I've spoken with many people. So that's how I got confidence. From the very beginning, I am very good at communicating. Even before learning English, I was very
Yep.
good at communicating in Tamil. So I think I've learned it pretty well in my earlier ages. Maybe that's the reason I became confident. But I did not learn it systematically, like how you said systematic. Okay, first you should control your body language, then you control your voice or and whatever you say, how you articulate things. And if you can control that, obviously from the outside you would look confident. But I never tried it, but probably I've learned it in a hard way, I think.
No, I mean
Yeah.
it is in kind of part and parcel of the thing, Ram, because as you
Hmm.
mentioned, this is what an activity. How
Hmm.
do I project myself in terms of being very controlled of body language unless until I go to a stage or unless until I go
Yeah.
to talk to the people? So it was already been there. Having said that, we go and talk to the people, making sure that we are trying to control your body language or trying to just being
Okay.
remember that how I'm projecting myself. That's what I meant. So this
I
is bare
still do
basic
have
minimum
the
thing.
stage fear.
Everyone have.
Yeah. I
Even there is
mean,
a famous study like even more than that,
okay.
people do have this fear of public speaking. So
Yeah,
how do you
public
deal with this?
speaking. Now, how do I deal with this? Means first of all, I never got a chance to go there to stand
Okay.
on a stage in front of people. Probably
Hmm.
if I get the chance, if I experience it a lot, I would overcome that. So far, even in my school time also, I've never been in front of the class. Whenever the teacher asked me to read something in front of the class, I would run away. I would never do that. Even in my college time also. I'm very good at communicating people like one-on-one conversation or with a group of people, a small group of people. But to address a larger audience, that will actually shake me. So do you have an
Because
experience
you
of
haven't
addressing larger audience?
not more, but I would
Okay.
say yes, because the first incidents as I told for just becoming overcome of this fear took
Okay.
this chance in very first year. But because again that remark and the kind of feedback from my seniors has been stuck to my mind, and
Okay.
maybe I won't able to perform or take the activity further ahead. But yeah, somehow I have been taken more than 10-20 events wherein I had been spoke for more than 10 or 20, sometimes 100
Wow.
individuals. Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool, bro. Okay, now I want to ask you one thing. So what else do you do? Do you have any hobbies?
A lot of hobbies. Like I'm
Okay.
the person full with hobbies. So,
A lot?
um,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
because whatever I do it with full fun. So I take it as
Hmm.
an hobby. So the first
Okay.
and foremost in prioritizing, telling about three is first I'm very active in sports, and you won't believe that's
Okay.
what really brought me a lot of trouble. In a sense that I started loving cricket so much that I started, thinking my future into cricket, and God gave me a gift
Okay.
in terms of hitting, ball on my left eye. I was
Oh,
taking bed rest for more than 6 months, cannot even walk.
so when was it?
So, like, it's been 1 year, and now I'm
Oh, just
completely
now it
recovered.
happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is number one. So even though got retired from cricket, and now I'm focused on to running, exercising. So the
Okay.
sport wala part is already been active. That is number one. Number two is talking to the new people. You won't
Okay.
believe, Ram, in this journey of learning
Hmm.
this language or exploring the communicational aspect, I have been utilized to talk with so many people. Not only in this camera wala angle, I'll take Rapido. So just for sake of knowing that how is he doing, how is his life going on. So I'm
Okay.
being a little open up with this thing, and I really enjoy this. That's the main thing.
Chit
So
chatting with people, like a small
exactly.
chat. Okay.
So whenever I go, like, I try to explore the things. Try to talk a lot of people. Sometimes it went like a little embarrassing, just mocking other people that hey, how do you do? And they're like, hey, who is you? So
This
a
is the
pretty
first
good and
time.
bad experience.
You know what? This is
Uh-huh.
the first time I'm hearing someone is saying, I have a hobby that is chit-chatting, like chatting with people. I've never heard
As
anyone
it,
saying that talking itself is a hobby. I mean, hobby. Yeah,
but I
this is the
really
first
like
time.
that.
Okay, that's cool. And what else do you do?
I, you know, love reading books, but
Hmm.
this time I'm not continuously doing for the daily, but I make sure to at least go to the books twice, you know, once in a 2 days. Yeah,
So, what type of books do you read?
only non-fictional. I don't believe into
Non-fictional.
fictional thing. Yeah,
Non-fictional
yeah.
means, do you mean self-help books, something like that?
Yeah, like I only take books where I feel that I'm lagging somewhere or I do need to cater more knowledge. So because my interest lies into business, technology, AI,
Okay.
human relationship, psychology, a little bit of
Hmm.
spirituality. So all
So it
those
looks
genre I
like
try
you're
to cover.
touching all the topics.
I think there is pretty more things to know, but
Yeah, I mean, this is too much for
yeah.
me.
Oh yeah. But
You know
only
what?
one book if you'll take now.
Yeah,
So it's not much.
can you name me some books that the book that inspired you or the book that you really liked? Can you name any book?
I can name more than 5 books, but if I'll
Hmm.
have to tell one, so
Yeah.
I would recommend everyone to read Bhagavad Gita. I'm
Bhagavad
literally
Gita?
telling you after,
That's
yes,
the
I'm
story of
literally telling you
Ramayana,
this.
right? Sorry,
No, no, no,
Mahabharata,
no, no,
right?
no, 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 no. It's pretty
Hmm.
different from that.
Okay.
Mahabharata. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
My bad, my bad. Yeah, the talk of Arjuna and Krishna were there. So, why I'm
Hmm.
telling this because I had gone through with good books, like
Okay.
almost 30 books into this non-fictional genre from science and blah blah, categories. And I find after reading Bhagavad Gita only 3 chapters, 12, 15, and 18th, that
12th,
all
15th, and
those
18th.
have,
Okay.
yeah, all those have the summary of 35 books within 3 chapters.
Really?
So some
Okay.
exactly you
Hmm.
would feel this. Even I felt this. I was really mesmerized to know that boss. I have read those books for twice, thrice, just to understand what those foreign author wanted to say. And somehow, if I could able to connect, the same lesson is given in Bhagavad Gita. So I always tell people that you don't think Bhagavad Gita is a philosophical or kind of social. What I would say, people take it as a mystical book. Rather, you
Okay.
take it as a manual of life. You'll get a lot of things to learn. So I take it
Okay.
more logical to understand that how to function my own life. Yeah.
It's more like a manual for life. These are all the things that you have to follow in order to
Exactly.
lead a very good life. So it's more like
Exactly.
Tirukural. Okay.
Right. Right.
What else? What else book? Any other books you have?
Apart from that, yeah. Like one book I
Mhm.
remember that really have a very significant role in my life, that is Atomic Habit. And
Hmm.
I literally don't say it, I mean it,
Okay.
because I'll tell you a quick story that how I have transformed from, under confident, not confident, indisciplined person to very disciplined person. I would tell you that
Okay.
there was a time 3 years or 2 years back in a college, people, my friend used to mock me by 9:30 because my college used to start from 9 o'clock. So they used to call me Anshuman, where are you? I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm coming. And they were knowing that I'm sleeping.
Okay.
It happened for 4 or more
So
than
did you
years
stay in
that,
college hostel or what?
yeah, like I stayed in college hostel, then I
Okay.
shifted because of few reasons.
Yeah,
Then
most
again,
of the
those friends were
hostlers they
there.
do that. Till nine
It
o'clock they
was
sleep.
pretty,
And some of them they don't even
yes,
take a bath, they just come as it is.
I was also one of them, but
Yeah. I know
cannot
that.
deny it.
Yeah.
So like the point of telling is that, so once I see myself from those perspective wherein I was not even taking care of my routine, wherein I was
Hmm.
knowing that this is what I need to do for in order to achieve what I wanted to, right?
Okay.
But I was really struggling because somehow there was, I don't know what was going around, but I was not getting a structured routine. But after reading
Okay.
that book for once, twice, and moreover implementing those part again and again, in 1 year I had been structurized my routine so well. Today, if I'll have to give you a
Hmm.
bulk for that, what and all activities I did, I get a very good sleep of 6 hours. I have recorded 2 podcasts. I have done two freelancing project, and also read a book, and also simultaneously, you know, attended two of the webinars just in today. I'm telling you that today's work I did because of the good
Okay.
structure. Yep. Yep.
Probably, I think I might want to read that book because I'm very bad in discipline. I don't have a proper discipline. One day I do something, the next day I don't do it. For sometimes I follow it for 1 week, and the next week I don't follow them. So it's more like that. I'm a very undisciplined person. So I need discipline. Probably I'll try reading that book, Atomic Habits, right?
Correct. Yeah, James Clear. James Clear is the author. So
Okay.
you can get a good. So do you think like you are struggling because you're not being disciplined? Because I can see like you are
Mhm.
uploading the videos at a very good frequency, but I cannot say that it is something what you should only think about, because obviously you must have a lot of things to do apart from this YouTube too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not about just YouTube. I mean, for the last few months, I didn't upload video consistently, not because I'm indisciplined, because of various other work. But generally, I think I'm not a very disciplined person. I can follow a certain rule for only a few days, like a week or 2 weeks, that's all. After that, I'll get bored and I won't be able to do that. I mean, I won't do that. So that's one thing. I don't have that disciplined mindset. Probably with work wise, I will do it, but Physically, for example, I always want to have a clean diet. Like I want to eat very healthfully, and I don't want
Mhm.
to eat any junks. But I can never do that. Probably 3 4 days I follow that, but on the fourth day I'll be like, oh my god, leave that diet. Let's go and eat. Yeah, so I'm more like that.
So, do you think, Ram, it is
Mhm.
also one of the reason of not being very disciplined, why people are not able to learn a particular language? Or let's take the communicational thing.
Oh, it's not only discipline. There are various aspects for anyone to not to learn this language. Discipline is also uh, discipline also plays a vital role in learning anything. First of all, you have to you have to be present and sit and try doing it every single day. Only then you can actually learn at least the essence of it. But there are other things. It's about your learning capacity and the types, the different techniques that you use to learn. It differs from person to person. But discipline is one important thing that all should have.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I why I asked this question because I had been gone through with a quote, and you must have been seen a lot of things like talent or
Mm-hmm.
discipline beat talent, or
Hmm.
your hard work would be talent. So on the base, I try to actually understand why did they say like this, because there's one core factor: the person who is not being enough capable of not being enough having
Hmm.
that much of capability, sitting and doing the daily the same thing. So I believe somehow they would get a good confidence, as you mentioned earlier, because they had been gone through with certain reputation. And in terms of spoken wala part, it is something if somebody wanted to literally get better at speaking, there is no other way. So why I think this is one of the very core important thing what people should do, rather of thinking I should do this, I should do this, or I should do inculcate some other habit in order to become good speaker. Literally,
Yeah.
this is quite simple.
I will tell you one interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this YouTube channel, especially helping learners to learn English for 2 years. So I've got a pretty good experience. Many people, they want to know some of the newer techniques to learn English very quickly. They always want to know, is there any other magical technique or secret technique do we have to learn English? The thing is, they all know there is nothing. I mean, you have only the four things what we do: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. That's all. Probably you can do shadowing, mirroring techniques.
Correct.
They try to invent a lot of new techniques to learn English quickly, but it's not happening. You have to do it every day. That's all. It's the same process. We all know that, but nobody wants to accept that.
This is very good thing you
Yeah.
mentioned. Why? Because there is an incident happening this time in my life too.
Okay.
As I started doing the private diagnostic session for the people, just for
Okay.
sake of giving them an edge and setting the clear direction. Because every time I talk to someone, they are saying, "Boss, I'm committed. I
Okay.
literally will do whatever you tell." And
Okay.
I said, okay, let's do that. That's what I really want. If you are committed, we'll set a direction. You do this thing for daily. And you would never believe, out of those 30 people, I sit them with them
Mhm.
for 1 hour to set a direction. They pay me for this.
Okay.
And then also they would not able to just sustain those things for 21 days. What
Okay.
is that?
So
Then where the commitment goes?
yes, that's actually true. So I want to know, what do you do actually? So are you a calm trainer or you help people to become confident? Like what exactly do you do?
Yeah, that's what I'm also figuring it out with the time. But
Okay.
majority of the time, I try to sit with the people and trying to understand where exactly they are lagging in terms of their communication, in terms of spoken English. Because see, like
Okay.
why I'm telling like this, I do have certain experience where I feel that even I have been gone through with the same pain where I think I have this vocabulary problem. I do have this, grammar wala problem, pronunciation wala problem. And because we are so committed, we even cannot think what is the direction, where exactly, and what is the next step I should take. Correct.
Hmm.
So what we usually do, we take 10 things at a time and started focusing on everything. Okay, I'll read 2 words every day. I'll also improve on my grammar simultaneously. I'll talk like American accent. So four things. Do you think if we'll chase four rabbit at a time, we can get either of them?
Yeah,
Never,
that's true.
ever.
We can never get that. Yeah.
Exactly. So this problem I analyzed after talking to more than 500 individuals, and I do have this deep realization in me, boss, this is real problem. So I
Okay.
sit with individuals to understand that what is the real pain point. Because some of the time they say ki, I am really struggling and wanted to learn very good vocab. I said, why? They said, because it looks fancy. But do you really need this? You want
Yeah.
I ask very few questions. My ideology of diagnosing people is very simple. If somebody, just approach me, boss, I just wanted to have a diagnostic session. What I do, I never
Okay.
ever go bare hand. I given a form.
Diagnostic session means?
diagnostic, you can take the example of doctor. While you go to doctor, instead
Yeah.
they'll ask certain question before giving you any treatment. Otherwise
Okay.
you have the stomach pain and they'll give the medicine of something
Got
else
it.
and you'd having another trouble. So when someone comes to me, I'll just give them a simple form. Boss, this is the form, just fill your information. So very basic question: how long
Okay.
you're doing this, what is your primary goal. And you won't believe, people came to me like a very good entrepreneur who wanted to establish their company. They'll have to pitch their ideas to the investor. They also came just for sake of improving their overall communication, how to project their ideas. And the point being to there, once we know this is my primary goal,
Hmm.
and you are saying, boss, I'm lagging here, which is not interconnected, and probably for your primary goal you don't know need those things what you are really figuring it out. So what I
Okay.
do in very simple terms, I just try to correlate with your goal and trying to know your label and trying to sit with you, ask with you a lot of question to understand what is really you are missing and what you should do for next 21 days. Even for this
Hmm.
sake, recently, because I come from tech background, I love evolving with technology. I developed an application wherein
Okay.
people can use those application for 21 days for free, just in sake of building this habit. Because as we already mentioned, right,
So this application is
inconsistency.
about this training that you're giving, the program, the
No,
21 days
no, no, no,
program.
no. It is
Okay.
completely different. It is
Okay.
completely different. I'll tell you in very brief, as we were already telling about this, what is the main component why we are missing this language? Because
Okay.
of inconsistency. So I figured out that habit is something people can inculcate for at least 2 to 5 minutes a day to speak only, because ultimately they wanted to better at speaking. So if someone can speak for 21 days, let's
Hmm.
suppose only 2 to 5 minutes, they can actually come into the call of action that they are performing. They are
Yeah.
actually going into the certain direction.
It'll become a
And
habit.
literally you
It'll
won't.
become a practice that they can
Exactly,
do
for
it
21
daily.
days.
Yeah.
But you won't believe, the guy, the
Okay.
person who have given me the commitment that they'll do certain things, they would not able to complete 21 days, which is just
Yeah.
for free.
He's exactly like me then. Yeah. Never follow any
But
rules. Create your own rules.
on rules,
Yeah.
yeah, according to the mood.
Yeah. That's true.
Happens, it happens. But I mean, I think that if you can actually develop an habit, and that's where this atomic habit license comes in the
Hmm.
picture, you could do the wonders.
Probably I'll
Yeah,
buy that book and I start reading them. I actually
please
want
do
to
that.
build a habit. I want to build discipline. I want to lead a disciplined life. Probably, from this week onwards, I'll start doing that.
Okay. So what and
Uh,
all you wanted to do at your daily life? Let's suppose, what is your ideal structure of routine, if you
well,
have to tell?
yeah, the thing is, every day I should exercise for at least 2 hours, jogging as well as exercise. Okay, every day
Okay.
I do jogging. At least
Mm-hmm.
4 days in a week, I go for jogging. That
Okay.
one thing that I'm very disciplined at. And so once I finish jogging, I feel tired and I just do other household activities. I mean, I just do meet my friends and I do some other activities. I don't do exercise. So I want to lift weights. So that's one reason. So 2 hours every day at least I have to spend on exercising. That's the first
Mm.
thing in the morning. And then I have to follow a proper diet. The problem that I have is if I am alone, I eat very mindfully. Like I know what to eat, I know what not to eat. But when I go out with my friends, that's where the problem comes. My friends, they all have a lot of stuff and they say, "Hey, Ram, what are you looking at? Come on, take and eat." So it will be like that. So I'm more like a relaxed guy. So when I go out with friends, that time I break my diet. That's the second thing. And what else? Well, uploading videos that I've been very consistent. Sometimes, the last few months I couldn't do it, but probably I think from this month onwards I will start doing it. Yeah, there are a lot of things. Also, I'm not very good at sleeping on time. Like I don't have a discipline for that. I usually don't sleep in one particular time. Like 10 o'clock I have to go to bed or 11 o'clock I have to go to bed. It's more like it varies from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. One day I'll sleep at 2 o'clock. The next day I'll sleep at 10 o'clock. It'll be like that. Yeah. So I
Okay.
want to live like an army man, like a disciplined life. Everything should be recorded. Everything should be time noted.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a
Try
machine.
it, and you machine. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
tried it actually. I can do it for one full week, but at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the week, everything will be shattered.
But why so? Like, what is the problem there? Do you feel that your life gets too monotonous, that you are doing repeating the same task again and again?
The problem comes when I go meet my friends out. That's the time when I go for movies. We go for late night movies. That time the
Hmm.
sleek cycle stops. The next day I don't do the gymming. The next day I don't go for jogging, and I
Everything.
start
Hmm.
eating junks. It'll be like one thing, it's more like a chain reaction. If one thing happens, it will trigger the other things. All the events will occur.
Understood.
Yeah, so that's something.
Seems like your friend circle is something what is bothering you more, not in
Yeah,
order to.
yeah, I know it very well. But the thing is, yeah, they are the only friends I have. What am I going to do in this life without them?
Correct, correct. Makes sense,
Yeah.
makes sense.